What if your greatest victory wasn't in your best moment, but after your worst fall? Samson was the strongest man who ever lived, a supernatural strength given by God. With his bare hands he killed a lion. Alone he defeated entire armies. His secret was a vow with God, symbolized in something simple, his hair which had never been cut. But Samson had a weakness. He grew careless with his own strength. He flirted with danger again and again, until a woman named Delilah, paid by his enemies, pressed him night after night, until she pulled the secret from his heart. And while Samson slept, they cut off his hair. When he woke and tried to rise as he always had, his strength was gone. The Philistines fell on him. They gouged out his eyes. They bound him in bronze chains. And the most powerful man in history was set to grinding grain in a circle, like an animal, while everyone mocked him, blind, a slave, humiliated. Everything he had lived for, gone. It looked like the absolute end of Samson. But the Bible hides a small and powerful line. The hair of his head began to grow again. One day, his enemies threw a great feast in the temple of their God, with thousands of people, and they brought Samson out to mock him, to laugh at the fallen hero. And Samson, blind, asked the boy leading him to place him between the two central pillars that held up the entire temple. And there, at his lowest point, he did what he had never done at his peak. He prayed. He said, "Lord, remember me. Give me strength one more time, just this once." And he pushed the pillars with everything he had left. And the whole temple collapsed on him and on his enemies. The Bible says that in that final act, Samson defeated more enemies than in his entire life. Listen to me. Samson fell because he got careless. He lost his strength, his sight, his freedom. But his story did not end in the fall. It ended in a restoration, because while he was grinding in the dark, humiliated, his hair, silently, was growing back. That thing you lost through a mistake, that thing you think is dead and finished in you, it may be growing back while all you can see is the shame. Your fall is not your ending. As long as there is breath in you, there is a prayer. God can still answer. Don't stay grinding in the dark. Get up, pray one more time, and push. Have you ever felt you'd done so much damage that you no longer even deserve a second chance? Zacchaeus was, by far, the most hated man in all of Jericho. He was the chief tax collector. He collected for the Roman Empire, the very power oppressing his own people. And worse, he made himself rich by charging extra, robbing his own neighbors, his own people. Everyone despised him. To them, Zacchaeus was a traitor and a thief. One day, Jesus was going to pass through Jericho, and something inside Zacchaeus, that rich man who had everything except peace, wanted to see him. Just to see him. But there were two problems. The crowd was enormous, and Zacchaeus was very short. And of course, no one, absolutely no one, was going to make room for the thief to see better. So Zacchaeus, a rich and powerful man, did something completely ridiculous, something beneath a man of his position. He ran ahead like a child and climbed up a tree, just to catch a glimpse of Jesus passing by. And then the unexpected happened. Jesus came right to that tree. He stopped, he looked up, and he called him by his name. "Zacchaeus, come down quickly, because today I must stay at your house." The entire crowd was scandalized. They began to murmur, "He's going to stay at the house of a sinner, of that man?" But something broke inside Zacchaeus. Not a sermon, not a threat. Simply, the purest man alive had chosen out of the whole crowd, the house of the most hated one. He called him by name. He wanted him. And Zacchaeus stood up and said, "Lord, right now, half of everything I own I give to the poor. And if I have cheated anyone of anything, I will pay it back 4 times over." 4 times. Far more than any law required of him. Listen to me. Zacchaeus didn't change because someone shouted at him how sinful he was. He already knew. He was already condemning himself. Zacchaeus changed because someone looked at him with love when the whole world looked at him with contempt. Sometimes you don't need more condemnation. You need someone to say your name. And notice where Jesus went, not to the house of the most religious, the most upright. He went to the house of the most hated, the one everyone had written off. Your past, no matter how dirty, does not disqualify God's love for you. He doesn't avoid you for what you did. He stops right beneath your tree, looks up, and says your name. Come down from the tree. Today, He wants to come into your house. What do you do when you carry so much shame that you even hide your face from people? It was noon, the hottest hour of the day, when the sun beats down hardest, and no one, absolutely no one, goes to the well for water. And that is exactly why. She went at that hour. She was a woman of Samaria, with a past the whole town knew and talked about. She had had 5 husbands. 5. And the man she lived with now wasn't even her husband. In her village, she was the scandal, the mocked one, the one all the women whispered about. So she went to the well alone, at noon, to avoid the stares and the murmurs. Shame had turned her into a shadow, hiding from the sun. But that day, there was someone sitting by the well, a man, a Jew, and this changed everything, because Jews despised Samaritans and did not speak to them, much less a man to a woman alone, and far, far less to a woman like her. But that man, who was Jesus, did the unthinkable. He spoke to her. He asked her for water, and he began a conversation that would change her life. He spoke of living water, a water that quenches thirst forever, a thirst no man and no relationship had ever been able to satisfy in her. And then, with a tenderness she had never felt, Jesus told her the truth of her life. You have had 5 husbands, and the one you have now is not your husband. She braced herself for the blow, for the judgment, for the same old contempt, but it didn't come. There was no condemnation. There was only truth and love. For the first time in her life, someone saw her completely, her past, her wounds, all of it, and still did not reject her. He stayed. He spoke to her as someone of worth, and something caught fire in her. That woman, the scandal, the one who hid from the town, set down her water jar by the well and ran. She ran back to the very town she had been hiding from and cried out to everyone, "Come, come see a man who told me everything I ever did." The outcast became the first to announce it, and the Bible says that many in the town believed because of that woman's testimony. Listen to me. She was hiding at noon out of shame. But Jesus went to that well, at that exact hour, on that road, just to meet her. God does not avoid you because of your past. He seeks you right in the middle of it. And look what happened. That same past that shamed her, when she surrendered it, became her most powerful testimony. He told me everything I ever did. Her wound became her message. You don't have to hide at noon anymore. You don't have to carry the water jar of shame. Set it down by the well and run to tell what he has done for you. Shalom, shalom.